Rama Rama Hare Hare. So we're going to (7.3). So we finished the first verse, and the key takeaway from the first verse is that to develop attraction to Krishna, we have to do Shravanam. We have to hear about Krishna. And the hearing process is so powerful that Bhagavatam says, Shrunvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantastho Yabhadrani Vidunoti Surutsatam. That simply by hearing about Krishna, all the unwanted things in the heart get cleaned up. Because Krishna is all pure. Krishna is all powerful. And simply hearing about Krishna brings us in touch with Krishna. And by that influence of his purity and power, our heart also becomes cleansed. And then it says that the cleansing of all these unwanted things in the heart means cleaning the modes of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Rajoguna and Tamoguna will be cleaned, and the devotee will come to the state of Sattvaguna. And in Sattvaguna, he experiences happiness. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha. So he experiences happiness, and then he makes further progress in devotion, and he comes to the stage of perfection. Bhagavat tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. So first he comes to the stage of liberation. He becomes liberated from this material world. Liberated means that he is not affected by the happiness and distress of this world. And then subsequently he makes further progress to come to the stage called as Krishna Prema. And in the stage of Krishna Prema, this Bhagavat Tattva Vijnana. Bhagavat Tattva Vijnana means the science of realizing Krishna, meaning that whatever we are hearing theoretically right now, that will be experienced factually. That will be experienced factually. We will experience Krishna in reality with our existing senses. So we will see Krishna with our eyes. We will hear Krishna's flute with our ears. We will experience Krishna's touch by our skin. We will smell Krishna's divine fragrance through the nostrils. So like this, we will actually experience Krishna. This is a stage of perfection in this material world. And to be able to achieve that, all we have to do is simply hear about Krishna. But this hearing has to be pure. Hearing has to be from a pure devotee. So this is very, very important. Shastra says, sarpo chishta payo yatopaya. Right? Like if a milk is very pure, but if milk is touched by the tongue of a serpent, fangs of a serpent, which is poisonous, then the milk is spoiled. So similarly, this Bhagavad Katha, the topics about Krishna are perfectly pure, but if it is delivered by somebody who is like the serpent, who is not pure, then that Krishna Katha will not have any required effect. But if we hear from a pure devotee, then the effect will be that our heart will also become cleansed. And which is why we keep highlighting, emphasizing, saying that please read Srila Prabhupada's books, because he is the perfect pure devotee who is speaking. He is speaking through his books. His purports are his class. So when we are reading Prabhupada's books, we should understand. I used to always feel this, that Prabhupada is telling me. He's literally sitting and telling me, saying that this is what it is, this is what it is. So Prabhupada is explaining. He's sitting and personally explaining to every one of us who will open Prabhupada's books. So we will come in direct contact with pure Krishna Katha by reading Prabhupada's books. You can just think about it yourself, right? So Krishna Katha, it's not like in India there was people knew about Krishna Katha from the beginning, right? Krishna's Leela, everybody knew. It used to be like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Krishna, all these things were known to people. But outside India, there were no devotees at all. Forget about pure devotees. But when Prabhupada went and he gave the same pure Krishna Katha, what happened? World over, people who didn't know who Rama, who Krishna is, they become great devotees of Krishna today. And that is the effect of pure Shravanam. This is very, very important that we have to hear from pure devotees. Who are pure devotees? Who don't have any material desires, who don't do any business with Krishna. They are pure devotees. And what pure devotees speak is pure Krishna Katha. And the pure Krishna Katha has the potency to take us to the stage where we can see Krishna eye to eye. It's so powerful because it's not different from Krishna. Okay, so continuing, so because this chapter is also titled Knowledge of the Absolute, right? It is knowledge about Krishna. So we are going to the third verse, beautiful verse. So I chant this, you can please repeat after me. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tattvataha manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tattvataha manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tattvataha. Krishna is saying Manushyanam sahasreshu. Manushyanam, among Manushas, human beings, sahasreshu, thousands. Among thousands, many thousands among men. Kaschid yatati siddhaye. Siddhaye means to achieve perfection. One may endeavor for perfection. Out of thousands of people, human beings, so this verse is just talking about human beings. Out of thousands of human beings, one might endeavor for perfection. Yatatam api siddhanam. And amongst those who have achieved perfection, not that everybody who wants to become a CA becomes a CA, right? Not that everybody who writes an exam passes, right? So out of thousands of people, one person is trying for perfection. Out of such thousands of people who have achieved perfection, out of those who have achieved perfection, see, first of all, you understand, thousands of people are there, one person is trying for perfection. Amongst so many people who try for perfection, maybe one person achieves perfection. Amongst thousands of such people who achieve perfection, Krishna is saying, hardly one knows me in truth. Hardly one knows me in truth, which means that nobody knows me in truth. Hardly one means not even one. So Krishna is saying that out of thousands of people, some people try for perfection. What is this perfection? Perfection means liberation. Liberation, mukti. So this path, this path called as Gnana Marga. So by this process of Gnana, out of thousands of people, one tries to achieve perfection through this path of Gnana. And Krishna is saying, so many people try, not everybody succeed, few succeed. Even amongst those, not even one knows me in truth. So what is the use of that, perfection? They achieved perfection, siddhi. But that siddhi cannot help them understand Krishna. So understand how difficult it is to understand Krishna. How difficult it is to understand Krishna. What we are trying to do? Just now, previous verse we read, saying that we have to know about Krishna, we have to understand Krishna, and that will give us perfection. And now Krishna is saying, out of so many people, not even one knows me. So what? So Krishna is saying, don't try to understand me. No. Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport. So I'm going to read this purport. There are various grades of men, and out of many thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in transcendental realization to try to know what is the self. So this liberation means just simply understanding who am I. That I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Okay. So what is the body and what is the absolute truth? So three things. It's called Sambandha Gnana. Who am I? Who is the Supreme Lord? What is my relationship with Him? So he's saying out of thousands of people, some one person might be interested in knowing. So all of you here are out of thousands of people, those few people. That's why I keep saying that anybody who comes into ISKCON center, sits and hears about Krishna, don't think that you're ordinary souls. You're not ordinary souls. You're super special souls. You might look just like, yeah, I also have two hands, I also have, two legs, I also look like another human being. Yes, but you're special. Generally, mankind is simply engaged in animal propensities. Prabhupada writes a very, very powerful, hammering purport. He says, generally, mankind is simply engaged in animalistic propensities. What is this? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Namely, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, and hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. Hardly anyone. Again, which means here and there, some people might be interested in transcendental knowledge. Out of thousands of people, some one person might be interested, okay, who am I? Where have I come from? What am I supposed to do? Thousands of people. Who are day in and day out so busy. The roads are filled with such people. The malls are filled with such people. Right? And we're just going here, there. What are they doing? Nobody knows. They also don't know what they're doing. You ask them, what is the goal of your life? Gottilla. Pata nahi hai. So they are just engaged in animalistic propensities, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's all. Which is, in other words, samsara, family life. Family life, there are two types of family life. One is called grihamedhi and the other is called grihastha. Two types of family men. Grihamedhi means that his life is only for sense gratification. Simply eat, enjoy, make merry, die. That's all. No other higher meaning for life. This is grihamedhi. This is animalistic life. And then there is grihastha. And that grihastha is called ashrama. It's called grihastha ashrama. Ashrama means the center of that family is Krishna. That is why it's called ashrama. And such grihasthas, such family people who are not simply interested in managing their family. Okay, that is part of life. We have to manage family. Okay, given. But their goal is not just that. Their goal is to understand Krishna. They are called grihasthas. Grihastha ashrama. So Prabhupada is saying, most people are just involved in this first category people. Most people in this material world. The most intelligent of intelligent, the most wealthy of wealthy, the most qualified of qualified. All they are interested in material happiness, that's all. Why God? Because He's order supplier, Prabhupada says. Order supplier means you go to a hotel, you say, hey, give this. And then you say, yes sir, okay, take your idli, your dosa, your chutney, whatever. So you gave an order, right? That's what we say, right? I gave order. So you gave order, He supplied you the order. So we think God is also for this. I go to God, I put hundi, I see hundi first. Even if I don't see God, it's okay. I want to see the hundi. I put money in the hundi and I say, I pray. I've given. This is my list. We'll fulfill it. Which is better than not coming to temple at all. Which is still called cultured life. Cultured life is when human beings, even though they want something, they will come to God. That is beginning of cultured life. Dharmena hina pashubi samana. At least they know, okay, there's somebody called Supreme Lord. He's more powerful than me. I have to depend on Him. He's superior. At least some thoughts are there. Right? But those who are really interested in transcendental knowledge, Oh, who is this God? Who am I? What is my relationship with Him? Such people are very, very, very rare. The first 6 chapters, okay, this is okay. However, Krishna can be known only by persons who are in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is giving the answer. 7.3. So Krishna is giving the answer. Who can understand me? Krishna is saying only those who are in Krishna consciousness can understand me. Who are in consciousness of Krishna. What does it mean to be in consciousness of Krishna? To just know what Krishna is, to know who Krishna is, to know what we are, to know our relationship. If we simply know that, we don't have to become some big scholar. Nothing. We simply have to understand saying that I am the servant of Krishna. Krishna is Bhagavan. I am his servant. What is my job? To serve him. That's all. If we simply know this and live a life like this, we are in Krishna consciousness. And such devotees only can understand Krishna. Why only such devotees can understand Krishna? Because Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Ananya Chintayanto Ejana Paripasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vamyam. Krishna is saying, I will take care of my devotee. Who will experience that taking care? Devotees will experience. Why devotees will experience? Because they are trying to follow Krishna's instruction. When you are trying to follow Krishna's instruction, Krishna will show, I am there with you, don't worry. You follow my instruction. I given it for your benefit. Not somebody who is just reading this book theoretically saying, okay, Krishna will protect his devotee. But how will he protect? He can't experience it because he is not doing anything to please Krishna. When we are trying to live a life which is to please Krishna, in the midst of all our difficulties, who is there with us? Krishna. And Krishna shows. Krishna shows you in a way that you can realize that he is there. You know how it happens? Some magics happen. Some magic happens in your life. Keeps happening. Once you become a little bit more dependent on Krishna, magic keeps happening all the time. Which means, what does magic mean? Meaning, something I didn't think would happen. Something I thought would definitely not happen. Happened. Why? Because Krishna is saying, you are trying to follow what I am saying, I am there with you. I will help you. This is the beauty about Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is not some dry philosophy. It's an active relationship with Krishna. Active relationship, not passive. What is this active relationship? Where Krishna is, both devotee and Krishna are competing with each other. Can you compete with Krishna? Yes. Few devotees compete with Krishna. What is their competition? Am I going to love you more or you are going to love me more? This is the competition between Krishna and his devotees. Devotee is saying, no, I am going to love you more. Krishna is saying, no, I will love you more. This is transcendental love between Krishna and his devotees. So Krishna is all the time with such devotees whose job is only to just please, love Krishna and please him. He doesn't leave them even for a moment. Prabhupada, he went to the West and for almost 1 year, he was literally struggling, nothing, nobody coming, nobody hearing, nothing. Just imagine, nobody is ready to hear Prabhupada. Sometimes we get disheartened saying that, oh, we are doing classes, we are doing so much of effort, not many devotees are coming. Prabhupada, for 1 year, there was nobody to hear Prabhupada. Jagat Guru is sitting there idly, nobody to hear. And he was thinking, oh, maybe I should just go back. No, but he said, there's one thing which I always felt, that my Guru Maharaj was always with me. So Krishna's presence is felt as the mercy of Guru. And of course, Krishna also is there, but Prabhupada specifically is saying, but I felt that I am not alone in this, foreign world. My Guru Maharaj is with me. Guru Maharaj there means Krishna is there, mercy is there. And then what happened was history, right? So few years. What Prabhupada created, nobody has created. Nobody. Even, other big, acharyas have commented. Even acharyas have commented. So many people who have seen without envy what Prabhupada did to this world. They've appreciated. They said nobody could have done it. he was empowered by Krishna. Right? So Krishna will be there. It's not that we should not think, oh yeah, Prabhupada was so great, Krishna was with him. What about me? I'm some ordinary soul. But Krishna knows that I'm an ant. He might be a big elephant, he might be a big dinosaur, he might have so much of capability. But Krishna knows ant capability also, he knows big elephant's capability also. As long as we are doing to our capability, right, then Krishna is okay. Krishna is happy with that. So there are three Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana. The knowledge about God can be realized in three stages. First is called Brahman. Okay, Brahman means the light or the Jyoti, the effulgence coming from the body of Krishna is called Brahman. Okay. Now many transcendentalists who are called Gnanis. So they want to achieve this Brahman. They want to become one in Brahman. And this is called Sayujya Mukti. They want to become one in Brahman, meaning they want to merge into Brahman. Now, this is very low class from a Vaishnava perspective, because when you merge into Brahman, you don't have any service to Krishna. There is no service there. It's like selfishness. What is the selfishness here? Why I want to merge into Brahman? Because material life is very painful. So I want to get rid of material life. Okay, what is the next best option? Get rid of material life, become one in Brahman. Very self-centered thinking. It's not high class, right? Then after that Brahman, then there is Paramatma. Paramatma is the Chaturbhuja form who is there in our heart. Some yogis, they are called yogis, they try to realize this Paramatma within the heart. It's called Paramatma realization. Now these yogis, they have the ability, Icha, based on their desire, they can go to any planet by their yogic prowess, by the power they get by doing yoga. Of course, this is not just the yoga class today, right? The yoga class today is only Yama, not even Yama Niyama, only Asana Pranayama, more or less. But this is Ashta Anga Yoga. This is otherwise called yoga. So they can get so much power that they go out of this body. The soul goes out from the Brahmarandra, and which is the most sensitive part of the head, which is to be protected. Which is why children generally they protect this part. Okay, it's very easy. It can be broken very easily. The soul breaks through this Brahmarandra, and it can go to any yogi. Can go to any loka. He can go to he can go to material world. He can even go to spiritual world. There's so much of power. But generally, these yogis also, they're very, very selfish. They want to achieve somehow, okay, I want to achieve some swarga. So what they'll do? They will die, and then they will go to some swarga. Right? But they're also self-centered. They're also just worrying about their own, okay, I want to achieve this, that's all they're thinking about. But the devotees, they try to understand Krishna. When they try to understand Krishna, they try to understand Krishna not for their benefit. They try to understand Krishna, they try to serve Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. Only such devotees can understand Krishna. A devotee, a person who wants to achieve Brahman, he cannot understand Krishna. A person who is trying to become Paramatma realized, he cannot understand Krishna. Only a devotee of Krishna can understand Krishna. That is why here, because the Supreme Person Krishna is beyond the knowledge of Brahman and Paramatma. Okay? Prabhupada is writing here, if we don't try to understand Krishna as he is, we cannot understand Krishna. For example, now I'll ask a question. Now, so many things you would have heard in Mahabharata about Krishna that you can't explain. For example, Krishna had made a vow before the battle. What was his vow? that he will not take part. He will said he is not going to lift a weapon. So before the battle board, Duryodhana and Arjuna go to Krishna, and Krishna says, okay, fine. So you have two options, right? Either I will give my Narayana army, my Dwarka Sena, or I will give myself, but whoever side I go to, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to lift a weapon. I'll just be there with you. I can be a chariot here, whatever. So Duryodhana opted for the Narayana army, and Arjuna said, no, I am happy with you. So Krishna had said, I'm not going to lift a weapon. He had made this promise. He had made a promise. So then what happens? Then some situation arises, then Bhishma Dev, one day, he takes a vow. He takes a vow. He says that today, Arjuna has to get killed or Krishna has to lift a weapon. And Bhishma is formidable. I mean, nobody can stand in front of Bhishma. Right? So that day, Bhishma fights so vigorously that Arjuna's life is almost gone. He's going to die. How can Krishna leave Arjuna to die? His dear friend. Okay? Now, say, understand. Krishna, Bhishma is also Krishna's devotee. Arjuna is also Krishna's devotee. Many people don't know that Bhishma was a great devotee, right? Bhishma, he was sleeping, lying on that bed of arrows, waiting to see Krishna before he leaves his body. He was waiting till the battle got over, till Krishna and all the Pandavas came there. Krishna was waiting for that moment when he can see Krishna in his four-armed form. And then he spoke about so many things, and he spoke about, famously people chant the Vishnu Sahasranama. It was spoken then. Just imagine you're like on a bed of arrows and you're glorifying Vishnu by 1,000, glorifying, taking his 1,000 names. Such a great devotee. No. Krishna has to please both devotees. Krishna can't be partial. Krishna is never partial. So Krishna's thinking, what will I do? I have to keep Bhishma's bow also, which is what? Either he has to die or I have to lift a weapon. Now I have only two options. If I have to protect Bhishma's bow, I have only two options, right? One is to let Arjuna die or I lift a weapon. No, I can't let Arjuna die because he is my dear devotee and dear friend. So what is the only option left for me? I have to lift a weapon. Oh, but I made a promise. Krishna said, it's okay. What? People will only talk bad about me, right? That I broke a vow. I don't care about it. I love my devotees more than my own fame. Krishna loves his devotees more than his own fame, prestige, position. Doesn't care. He just doesn't care. Who can understand this? Who can understand why Krishna fought? And people will say, oh, Krishna is a liar. He didn't, normal etiquette, to keep up a promise is normal etiquette. Normal human beings, if they make a promise, they keep up to that promise. Krishna is not even is not even fit to be called a cultured human being. Just because he is much beyond that. And normal people can't understand this. Then they said, oh, see, he's not a liar, he also makes others lie. He made whom lie? Dharmaraj Yudhishthir. He made Yudhishthir lie. Yudhishthir never said a lie, but now we made him lie, saying that, this, Ashwattama, Hataha, Gajaha, Kunjaraha. So, people can't understand Krishna. Who can understand Krishna? Only a devotee can understand Krishna. Why devotee can understand Krishna? Because, please hear this, anything that Krishna does, if you are confused, if you want to understand, if you want to give somebody the reason, in that scenario, just identify first all the devotees who are there in that scenario. In any scenario you are put into. If anybody questions, say, why Krishna did like this? Simple approach to solve the problem, answer, without you knowing anything about Shastra, it doesn't matter. Just identify the devotees in that situation. And your answer is, Krishna did that to please those devotees. That's all. That's the answer. This is complete understanding of Krishna. No situation you will be confused. No situation will fumble. Because Krishna's only reason for existence is love for his devotees. And what is devotee's reason for existence? Love for Krishna. And this is their transcendental competition. I am going to serve you more. Krishna says, no, I am going to serve you more. Right? So we can only devotees, only who are dependent on Krishna, who are living a life in Krishna consciousness, only they can experience all this. Nobody else can. So all these big nannies, like, which is why Shastra says, saying, it doesn't matter if you're a big sannyasi. If you don't know Krishna, then no use. It doesn't matter if you are a normal grihastha, some ordinary householder, right, who has no big knowledge, nothing. But if you can understand Krishna, you are greater than that sannyasi. Of course, it doesn't mean that we go and stand in front of sannyasi, hey, ting, 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 ting. Right? Of course, we respect them for their austerity and all that. But even an ordinary grihastha, if he knows, if he is in Krishna consciousness, if he tries to understand Krishna, he becomes glorious. Glorious soul. That's why I said, anybody who comes and sits here trying to understand Krishna, what is Bhagavad Gita? Reading Bhagavad Gita means trying to understand Krishna. Anybody who is sincerely trying to do that is glorious. We are envious of the Devatas. Devatas are sitting in Swarga. They have power, so much power, they control. They can control each and every limb of our body. They have control over every part of our body. Devatas have control. So much power. What are they doing? Devatas are also crying. Ayo, why did I take birth here? I should take birth in Bhumi, Bharatavarsha. Because there I can sit and peacefully hear about Krishna. Can Narendra Modi hear peacefully sitting about Krishna? Still he does. But can he? How much time will he there? Suddenly some, urgent call, some this came, that came. Big people, big responsibilities, no time. And they're saying, I just become one clump of grass or something. I will take birth in Bharatavoma so that I can hear about Krishna, so that I can do Krishna Bhakti. So this is the topmost, because without being a devotee, we cannot understand Krishna. And Prabhupada here makes a beautiful. How can we understand Krishna? We cannot understand Krishna by our own endeavor. When I came into Krishna consciousness 15 years back, I just can't forget. I had just come into Krishna consciousness from a worldview saying that, I have intelligence, I can read and understand anything. I'd come with this worldview, right? And generally I was like a university topper, this, that, and also I thought, okay, I have enough intelligence, I will be able to understand all these books. So I took Bhagavad Gita. Somebody gave me Bhagavad Gita saying you have to read Bhagavad Gita. I said, okay, read only, right? I'm sit and keep reading all the time, all kinds of books. I'll read Bhagavad Gita also. So I took it, I came home. Then I took the book. And I'm normally in my college, school days also, I'm used to making notes. That's how I study, right? So I took one notebook, new notebook. Freshly I'm sitting early in the morning, 4 o'clock, I'm sitting to read. And I'm reading, okay, new, everything new. Okay, I'm writing. First time I finished Bhagavad Gita, my notes was what? Full copy of Bhagavad Gita. My notes was full copy of Bhagavad Gita, which means what? I didn't understand anything and everything seemed important to me. Right? When you read Bhagavad Gita first time, you don't understand anything. Right? So I said, okay, maybe new topic. One more time I will read. Pride of being intelligent. And I said, okay, one more time I will read. Okay, second time I read. Maybe 5%, 3%, somewhere some lines reduced. Which means that still I am not able to understand anything. Like this, it went on for 8 months. Literally, I was not able to understand anything. I mean, here and there, little bit something, soul, Atma, some basics which I already knew before. But beyond that, so many things Prabhupada is saying in his purports, couldn't understand. Then I realized saying that, oh, this cannot be understood like this. I cannot understand Krishna like this. So what should I do? So for this, Prabhupada is answering here. Now please stand this verse. This is a very, very important verse. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriyaihi Sevan Mukehi Jivadau Swayameva Spuratyada. So it says, Atha Sri Krishna Nama Adi. Atha means therefore. Sri Krishna Nama Adi. Understanding Krishna's Nama, Krishna's Rupa, Krishna's Guna, Krishna's Lila, understanding Krishna, na bhavet grahyam indriyahi. Na bhavet meaning does not happen. Grahyam means perception. By indriyahi. Which means if I am trying to see Krishna with my eyes, I can't see him. If I am trying to hear Krishna through my material ears, I can't hear him. Na bhavet grayam indriyayi. We can't. We are dealing with this whole world through our senses. We can't deal with these senses in trying to understand Krishna. Which means we cannot understand Krishna by simply using our senses, our intelligence. We can't understand Krishna. How then? Sevan mukhehi jiva adav. Jiva means tongue. Adav means starting with. Sevan mukha. We have to do seva. We have to do seva starting with the tongue. So what does this tongue do? Tongue has two functions. What two things does the tongue do? Eating and talking. Eating and talking. So now what we should do? This eating and talking we have to use in Krishna's service. When we do this eating and talking, when we use in Krishna's service, then here this verse is saying, Sevan mukhe jivadav swayam eva spuratyada. Swayam eva means he himself. Spurati means he will manifest. He will present himself. Krishna will present himself to us when we start serving him starting with our tongue. That is the reason why when you come into ISKCON, we say, please chant Hare Krishna, please chant Hare Krishna, and please take prasadam. This is the service we start rendering to Krishna. When we start rendering this service to Krishna, only by that seva, Krishna will reveal himself. Why will he reveal himself? Because he is pleased by the devotee. When he becomes pleased with the devotee, Krishna reveals himself. Not otherwise. Not if we are some gnani. Okay, I know all the 700 slokas by heart. I know the full meaning. But I don't care to apply any of it in my life. I just live life the way I want. I can just chant verses one after the other like water. Krishna is not going to reveal himself to me if I am not a devotee. So the secret of understanding Krishna is to become a devotee. And devotee simply means ABCD. We've been telling this. Simply follow ABCD, right? A for association, B for reading books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, C for chanting, D for prasadam diet. That's it. And if we simply do this, we can understand Krishna and go back to him. We don't have to become some big something, nothing. We don't have to become a big nothing. We don't have to become anything. Actually, we have to become nothing, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Trinadapi Sunichena. He says, become a nothing. Become a nothing means, Prabhu, okay, from tomorrow I am not going to do any service. No, not like that. Do everything, but feel like I am nothing. So if we live in that way and try to follow the process, one day will come. Please imagine this day in your life. It will happen in this life. If you sincerely desire, you will see Krishna eye to eye. You will hear his, the most unbelievable flute. What is this unbelievable flute of Krishna? While it sounds like sound, it's speech. It's secret message. It's so many things which we can't understand today. It will just, you're not even hearing it. Even if we hear it, will be just like a sound. And yeah, okay, now so many people have this Krishna flute ringtone, right? But it's not that. Krishna is saying something through his flute. It's his WhatsApp. It's his personal communication messenger with us. Personal messenger. While the sound is heard to everybody, it's a personal message only for you. All this we will experience. I don't know, last time also I told, saying that, when I heard this, I said, like, why should I live for any other goal in life? Why should there be any other goal apart from achieving this? Yes, okay, work is there, this is there, family is there, yes, everything will go on. But goal in life should be one. That day when I will be able to see and experience Krishna. That is the perfection of human life. We should all desire for this. This is why we are made. This is why we are here. And like I keep saying that you're all the fortunate ones. You're not all the fortunate souls who are sitting here wanting to try and understand Krishna. Because see, once Krishna is so merciful. Krishna is so merciful, right? Sitting and hearing about Krishna is Shravana, service. Krishna has made a note of all your names in his personal diary. ISKCON Holy Mahu Center, English class, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why you are all doing service? And even if you forget Krishna, so many devotees who come to Krishna, unfortunately they just forget Krishna and go. We feel very sad, but they go. What to do? Krishna will not forget. Krishna will not forget. Krishna will think, oh, this devotee did so much service. What service did he do? He hadn't heard about me. Why is it big service? So many people are not doing that also, no? They're sitting in their homes and seeing some useless TV, some match, some this, that and all that. No, these people took out their most precious time, came, sat here and heard about me. So I am going to reciprocate even with that devotee. So Krishna will not forget us. Our problem is, Krishna wants us back more than we want to go. We don't want to go to Krishna. Krishna is saying, please come, please come. We will have good time together. Come. We say, no, Krishna, here only it's nice. Our misfortune. But if we just simply desire that, saying that, no, I also want to go to Krishna. I also want to be with Krishna. I also want to, have fun with Krishna. It's possible. It's possible. Absolutely possible. And Prabhupada said it's possible in one life. It's possible in one moment. But okay, maybe we might not do that, but definitely it's possible in one life. But we have to take this up seriously. It's like last year my daughter wanted to go for some trekking in Himalaya. So then they had so much of preparation to do. So I was telling her, will you be able to manage? Your fitness is not that good. You have to do this, you have to do that, so many things. So like just for climbing one mountain. So now we are trying to achieve Krishna, whom thousands of people, hardly one can understand. Even we are trying to achieve that. You might think, in school only I didn't achieve anything. What will I achieve that? That and this has no relationship. That's why we are here. We are so special. And we also have the qualification, which is that sincerity in the heart. The only qualification to achieve Krishna is sincerity. If you don't have sincerity, then you will not achieve. If you have sincerity, and if you are feeling, oh no, I really don't have so much sincerity, that itself is sincerity. You understand what I am saying? No, I am not so sincere. That itself is being sincere. And Krishna is seeing us. We are not saying this, oh, did the other person come to know I am sincere, not sincere? Who cares? Krishna knows me. And if I am really sincere, and feeling bad that I'm not sincere, so I'm feeling bad, that also is sincerity. Krishna sees. And Krishna will help. Okay, that's why I said these middle 6 chapters, every class is going to be like this. It's just about amazing Krishna, wonderful Krishna, loving Krishna, caring Krishna. So you're going to keep hearing Krishna, Krishna, Krishna for now, for 6, until the 6 chapters are over. Okay? So all we have to do is simply follow A, B, C, D. Sincerely associate here. Krishna has given all of us a place. Come here, engage as much as in seva. Right? Do take care of your material duties. And that's it. Then We can take whole Hulimavu and go to Goloka. That's why Krishna has sent this center here, manifested. Okay? Any questions? No questions. We'll close. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna.